everyone. In this video, I will show you how you can use your already uh, you know existing uh, web development experience to kind of build mobile apps for both iOS and Android, like native mobile apps using your already acquired web development skills. For this purpose, you will use this React Native technology. Let me show you what is React Native. Uh, React Native is a technology which is used to create cross-platform mobile apps for Android and iOS phones, as well as web development. Um, in this, you use normally your JavaScript skills or your CSS and HTML skills, and you combine them just like you design your web pages before. You created your web pages before you just create a mobile app also. So what do you need in order to create these React Native apps? You need to install Node.js on your system, and then you need something called an Expo CLI. Expo CLI is a free open source client tool kind of where you can build and and run your apps that are developed using the React Native technology. So React Native is, as the name says, native app. So this is not like the hybrid apps, which in which the web pages are wrapped in a way that you can kind of run those apps both in Android and iOS. But uh, React Native means you can really build native apps using your existing web knowledge. Like Rated app means like you will use, for example, Android or Kotlin or Java code to create native app for Android Studio, or you will use Xcode or Swift to create native app for iOS. So for using React Native, you can use simply JavaScript and HTML and CSS knowledge and create native apps for both iOS and Android Studio. So now, and of course, as I said, Expo CLI is a client, is a kind of a tool that you can use to build and run your apps. You will simply reload your apps whenever you change something, just like you reload your web page, and then this Expo CLI will run this on on an emulator, Android iOS emulator, or you can use your real phone device also. So now we are going to install Node.js, and then we are going to install Expo CLI, on the system, and then we will try to kind of run first app on or React Native app on the Android phone. So first of all, let's go and install Node.js. Install Node.js Windows. Search this, click on nodejs.org, the first link, and you can, Windows installer .msi, msi. I have Windows 10 64-bit, so I click here. Node.js is getting downloaded. So once it's downloaded, we can go to the download folder. Yes, we are in the download folder, and we can double click here and try to install Node.js on our machine. So it's preparing to install Node.js on the machine. Okay, welcome to the Node.js setup wizard. The setup wizard will install Node.js on your computer. Click next. I accept the terms in the license agreement. Click next. C program files Node.js. It will be installed in this location. If you want to change the location, click change. I don't want to change the location, so I click next. And install the core components, Node.js runtime, npm package manager, online documentation, and add to the path. Add the node. environment variable. So at the end, it will add the Node.js path to the environment variable. Click next. Automatically install necessary tools like Chocolatey. The script will pop up in the window after the installation completes. Okay, I want to install these additional tools. Click next and install. Yes. So it's now installing Node.js on my machine. We have to wait a bit. So Node.js setup wizard is complete, successfully installed. Click finish. And then you can see this install additional tool for Node.js and this window will appear. This script will install Python and the Visual Studio build tools necessary to complete the Node.js native modules. Simply press enter to continue. This script will direct to install direct to Chocolatey to install packages. Again, click enter, and that's it. Now you can simply go to the command line and check if your Node.js installation is properly installed. And you click here uh, npm minus version, and it should show you the Node.js version that is installed on the machine. Okay, so Node is properly installed. As you see, I see the version. Now we can go and install the Expo CLI. Click here on this React Native.dev website. Click on Get Started. Go down. Actually, you have to click here. Welcome to the very start of React Native journey and this environment setup. Okay, Expo CLI quick start. So installing the Expo client, you have to copy this command npm install -g expo CLI. Assuming that you have Node 12 LTS or greater installed, you can use npm to install the Expo CLI command line utility. So we can install Expo CLI now. Oops, I copied it more than once. Expo CLI, that's it. Press enter. Press enter. So Expo CLI is now getting installed on your Windows machine. We have to wait a bit. Let's make this command line window a bit bigger so that we have a better view. So the installation is going further. It's been successful so far. So the Expo CLI command line utility is now installed in our Windows machine. The next step is to create a React Native project. Let's first of all go and create a folder on our, let's say, C drive. C drive. create a folder here named React Native, REACT. Yep. Now go back to the command line again and cd dot dot cd react underscore native. And now you can say expo init test minus app, our first React Native app. Then run the following command to create a new React Native project. So it will create a new React Native project. Test. Let's say we can change the name to React App. Expo init React App. Press enter, and a new React Native project will be created. You see, choose a template, blank template or tabs, minimal. I can choose blank, just press enter. Export template blank. Okay, it's creating. Download and extract project files. So it is downloading and extracting the project files. And let's see what happens. We can read here. Next. Okay, install the Expo. After that, we will install the Expo client app on our iOS and Android phone, and then connect it with the same wireless network to which our Windows computer is attached, and we will scan this uh, QR code that will appear now. Installing the JavaScript dependencies right now. So the project is now ready. We can do npm start to run the project, and then we have npm error. There is some error. Yeah, first we have to go to the React Native project, React app project, and then we have to do npm start, and now it will give us this QR code, and that we will scan using our Expo CLI that we will, kind of download on our Android phone, the Expo CLI client from the Play Store. So this is the QR code that we have to scan, and it is the Expo DevTools is running at HTTP localhost and this port. Now we are going to download Expo client on our Android phone. On my Android phone, you see I just started to download Expo client or using Play Store on my Android phone. It's downloading from the Play Store. Then we will scan this QR code that you just saw using this Expo client app from my phone, and then it will kind of install uh, this app, this React app, our first React app on the phone, and then I will show you that. You see, I'm just opening this now. It's installed properly. I will click this scan QR code, and then it will scan the QR code, and I have to allow the camera and everything. And you see now I will be able to scan the QR code. So now I will scan the QR code and then show you how it works. From my Android device, what will happen? App is bundling, it's finished, and now I see that uh, on my Android phone. Yeah, so that's it. So on your Windows machine, if this web page will be open, localhost and 19.0.0.2, whatever, and if you can also scan this QR code from here, you can, if there is some problem with the connection, you can click here on the tunnel and the connection should work then. If you want to run on an emulator, you can click here, run on device emulator, and it should work on the Android device emulator. And if you start here, it will work on the Android. Of course, we need to know Android connected device connected, of course, that's why. So you know, that's how it's going to work. So if I scan the QR code now from my laptop, from my Android uh, device, what will happen? You see this app is bundling, it's finished, and yes, now I see that uh, on my Android phone. It is working properly. Yeah, so that's it. Now we can stop recording.